Yes, there is a slide, though this slide is not part of today's discussion, but let me share that slide with all of you. I'm sure this will help you in making or in developing your understanding about the different tools, about the different tests in qualitative analysis. Right? This slide is visible to everyone?
Yeah, visible.
Yes, sir.
It is visible.
Yes.
It is visible, sir.
Okay, perfect. I was just making a hide the video panel and opening some annotation tools for me because I find stuck somewhere without using annotation tool. So for qualitative research types, these are the different tools, or these are the different analysis, or these are the different measures, or maybe techniques. Many of you might call them the types of research. Many of you might call them the techniques. Many of you might call it the tools of qualitative research. So what we are doing here, the characteristic of a language. So say, for example, there is an essay on the life of Mahatma Gandhi. So now somebody is trying to interpret what this essay is about. So say if you are evaluating my communication, how well this essay has been written, and you are doing content analysis, what are the important things which you have evaluated out of the life of Mahatma Gandhi? You are actually doing content analysis, that where Mahatma Gandhi was born, when Mahatma Gandhi was born, what is the life journey of Mahatma Gandhi? So you have taken 5-6 important contents. And if you are an examiner, you have evaluated, everything is included, a kind of checklist. What we are doing while we are evaluating these exam sheets, most of us are academicians. What we are doing the content analysis. If everything covers, he'll get 9 out of 10 or maybe 9.5 out of 10. If there are 2 things which are missing, he'll get 6 or maybe 7 out of 10. This is what we are doing. Qualitative analysis is part of our routine life. If out of that essay you are trying to evaluate the process, the discourse analysis, how do I feel about Mahatma Gandhi? Do I feel respectful about Mahatma Gandhi? Then it is discourse of analysis. Do I feel, or from where the followers of Mahatma Gandhi are coming, majority of them, most of them are from Gujarat, or most of them are from South Africa, or most of them are from this particular geography, this particular region, then the same process will be called as ethnography. You are doing the same task, but probably you are looking at a different content. And this is why the same thing is being called by 5 different tests, 5 different tools in terms of qualitative analysis. This is not the limit. We have not ended here. If you're trying to evaluate the culture out of the language, how culturally civilized I am, how culturally rich I am, if you are trying to evaluate the cognitive part of my culture, how Indians are expressive, probably this is my favorite example. When in America, a father says to her daughter, no, this means no. When a father says yes to her daughter, this means yes. But in India, when your father says yes, this means no. And when your father says no, this means yes. This is what is in high context environment of the Indian business settings also. Right? If you are evaluating the cognitiveness of my culture, probably you are evaluating ethnoscience. Right? If you are evaluating cognitive along with the interactivism of my cultural, how interactive I am, we are doing structural ethnography, these 3 things. Right? And if you are doing only interactiveness, probably symbolic. Am I more symbolic? Or I love interaction, or I love ethnomethodology. The same tool has got more than 10 names. Correct? And this is even, we have not ended here. If you are trying to evaluate a language as a discourse of regularities, you will be able to find with this example, we are doing the same thing. Most of the time we are evaluating contents. Most of the time we are evaluating different type of contents, different type of things within our text. But every time we are doing the different objective. As and when your objective changes, the name of test, the name of tool, the name of technique also changes. Right? So the text analysis is not a rocket science. When we talk about text analysis, it is not a rocket science. When we talk about Identifying codes, this is not a rocket science, and this is what I find is missing to everyone, and this is what I find, this is what I suggest or advise to all the qualitative researchers. Reading the text is very important. No, so if, though the softwares or the computer system, they are very intelligent nowadays, but they cannot replace you. If they could have replaced you, probably there is no need for you, no need of you even for writing a research paper. Do they need Rahul? Probably no. Do they need anyone? Probably no, because everything is known. Softwares could do everything. These IT system, IT mechanism could do everything. Where is the need of Rahul? Where is the need of other researchers? The software can take data, they can extract the data from Twitter, and they can directly send a message to the company like LG or maybe other companies. You can directly send them a message. Your product design is faulty. Correct this. Where is the need of other researchers? I believe no. Right? That is why the involvement of human can never be replaced, at least for research. Even your robots can do a lot of things for you, but they cannot replace you, at least for research. Trust me, your 100% involvement is needed for this particular aspect, for this particular qualitative analysis aspect. Right. So today we are going to discuss about techniques of coding, thematic analysis, narrative analysis, content analysis, text mining. Believe me, except coding, everything is same. You may name it by thematic analysis, you may name it by narrative analysis, content analysis, text mining, everything is same. Only their names are different. Correct? If you are doing a text mining, probably what is more important question. If you are doing content analysis, again, what is important question? Just if you are doing text mining, content analysis, narrative analysis, and thematic analysis, what becomes very important question? You are going to answer what? You are not going to answer how. For how, you need to apply ethnography, you need to apply grounded theory, you need to apply different other things. Even you are not replying, you are not responding to the question why. You are not responding to multiple other questions. You are replying only first part of the question, only first part of the preposition. What is that? What? What is hidden in this text? That's it. That's not a rocket science. Savita ji, I generally share all the slides. I believe last slides which I have used into the last classes, I generally share everything. So I won't mind in sharing that. Don't worry.
Thanks a lot.
Did you receive the slides of previous classes? Kumar Anubhavji is sharing, he has not received. I've shared it on the very same day. The moment the class ended, I believe in next 10 minutes, I've shared everything.
Everything has been shared.
Yes, everything is being shared. Yes, many of you have received those slides. Probably a few of you are missing with those. Just relook at your WhatsApp group. Everything is shared. Correct. So we'll start from the basics of Maxqda. Why I'm starting from Maxqda, basics of Maxqda, because many of you are of opinion you need to start everything from the beginning. So I'll take a smaller part from the beginning, and then we'll go deep dive into the coding and everything. There are not more than 4 or 5 slides of coding, but we'll take more time there. Right? When we talk about how to manage a document, I believe all of you knows how to open a new project. All of you knows how to import a Word file, text file, PDF file, or all other type of files into your file, into your project of Maxqda. Look at this window. This is what is my personal style on this. Probably I generally segment all the windows on the screen and then tries to help everyone. This window, on the top of this window, you can see this document browser. The document name is Kim. Right? On this window, you will be able to see all the codes which are related to this particular document which is open. Here you can see all these tools which can help you in reading your document and making your document usable for further analysis. Right? Just after these this codes list, you will be having a square, this pentagon shape square. Pentagon shape square. Sorry, this one, a yellow colored shape. You'll find this and this, as and where you'll find this shape. You need to understand this shape. This shape is about memo. Memo is a document. Again, memo is a document which helps you assimilating everything. So, say for example, you are reading this whole interview transcript, or you are reading a research paper, or you are reading whatever you are reading here. You wanted to make a summary of that. You can open a memo. You wanted to make some screenshot, you wanted to arrange some pictures, you wanted to arrange some images, or whatever content you are able to collect. Collecting into the same file will not be wise. So what they are doing, you can open, you can have a memo sheet here, and that memo document will have everything which is the part of this document, everything which is not part of this document, which is part of your own creativity. Though you can also copy paste some content out of this document. Right, these lines, this yellow line or the other colored line will be called as code strip. Or here at the small boxes, you will be able to see number of paragraphs or number of lining and everything. I'll discuss this window first and then we'll move. My whole screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
I'll open a new project. This is our day 3. Right, you will be able to recall this window multiple times. We have opened this window, correct? Then we need to arrange several documents here. So I'll go to import. I wanted to import several Word files. These are the transcripts which I have already shared with all of you. Click on open. Everything is here. Can you see the name of file somewhere? And what other information you can see along with the name of file? The latest file imported will be opened first. Yes. Then there are several other toolbars. These windows are known as several toolbars. The very important tool out of them is a grammar checking tool. ABC, like MS Word, you can check the grammar. Right now, this grammar checking is not activated. Why it is not activated? Because even editing is not activated. So simply click on this and you will be able to see this formatting tool. If you forget this anyway, press Ctrl E for this. And this document is open for editing. And once you click on grammar check or spelling check, you'll be able to scroll. Yes, you can see there is a red line. Thirdly, now this software is even smarter. I'll just remove one window, retrieve segments. This software is even smarter than MS Word, smarter than other softwares of MS Office. Why I am saying smarter than? Once I right click on this thirdly, if I select any option from the top, I'll be able to replace only this spell. If I select any spelling which is similar to this top one from the bottom screen, I'll be able to replace all incorrect spelling with the spelling which I have selected here, which generally happens while we are writing a research paper, organization, or say for example Z or S form. You replace it from one place and then other places you might confuse. So if you are selecting this from this way, if you are selecting a thirdly from the bottom chunk, you will be able to replace it from the whole document. So whole document will be uniform in that way.
So even the Microsoft Word also does the same, right?
Yes, but Microsoft Word is having only these top options,
Yeah.
not making
Okay.
these bottom options for making it uniform.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
you can use these lenses, can zoom out and can zoom in, your choice. You can see original size. Once you click here, you will be able to see original size. Say, for example, you have clicked here and you just click on this one original size. Show sidebar if you wanted to make comment, if you wanted to note down along with this. So sidebar is also visible. Otherwise, it is not needed. If you want to make a print of this transcript, export of this transcript, all other options are available. You want to search, you wanted to make a search, say for example, you want to search wellness. So wellness is possible, highlighted, selected first and possible highlighted at two other places. These, correct? So you can use these toolbars for making your file perfect, for making your transcript perfect. You can also click on this and you can hide them. But if you unclick, you can, if this file is selected, or maybe you can use for searching wildcards or what is it called? Not a starting letter actually. Is there anyone from the computer sciences? Wildcards? No. Mhm. Please. A star. That I can read. The say, for example, you wanted to search everything which starts from wellness. Just put a star. Starred or maybe highlighted or a different kind of, you want to use a find and replace, you can do that also. Find and replace. Most of the editing function which are possible in MS Word are available here. Correct? So this is how you need to manage your document first. This is how your document looks like in your on the screen. Right? Any doubt or any question up to this point of managing a document, importing and looking at a document? Any doubt up to this point?
So in this document, actually, all the questions and answers, like the question is a paragraph and the answer is also like it is also shown as a paragraph, right? So
Yes.
like if it's question one, then it is maybe paragraph one and answer to the question one, even if it doesn't matter if it is like just a single word or a couple of words, but it will be
Yes.
considered as one paragraph, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You can convert based on, like, many of the time, many of you might have submitted several manuscripts to a journal. Please mute yourself. Yeah, many of the time you might be able to see, you might be able to recall they have coded these lines in terms of sentence number. You can do that. Just simply right click here and convert line number text. So most of the time, as an average, one sentence or one line could have 80 words, 80 characters. You can reduce it. Say, for example, you started believing your font size is high and you started believing 60 characters are sufficient, and click on OK. Now there is no definition near, there is no description of paragraphs. This is line number 1, this is line number 2, line number 3, and even a small word piece is line number 4. Right? You wanted to again convert it into the paragraph style, you can do that. Convert paragraph number text, and this text will be numbered in paragraphs. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. So somebody is editing your file, that could help.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just missed
Have asked a question, where is edit command?
yeah.
So one shortcut is Control E, and
Huh.
another one is this.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. There are few more things about this. Activating and deactivating spell checking, we have already discussed. Opening and viewing two documents in a window. Say, for example, you wanted to see two documents together. One is of Sonal Kapoor and another is of, say, for example, Arushi Gosai. Right? What you can do, right click here, open document in a new tab. Now you can see Sonal Kapoor and Arushi Gosai, both the document you can simultaneously jump very faster. Even you wanted to compare third document, another new tab, or instead of that, you can simply right click here and open this document into the second document browser. So a second document browser will be open just in front of the screen of Maxqda. You can make a full screen of it, or you can simultaneously compare it with the manuscript. Say, for example, now you are evaluating, now you are reading the manuscript of Arushi Gosai and Rupam Kunar. I can resize it. And now this is very much convenient, very much comfortable. If I wanted to read two transcript, two documents, two research paper, anything which is two in number, you can evaluate, you can do that. Multiple times, many researchers ask this question, sir, I wanted to read two documents simultaneously. I wanted to evaluate, I wanted to make a comparison in two documents. In Maxqda, this is a facility you can utilize this. Correct? Line number and assign a color. You can also assign a color to the document just for the purpose of classification. Say, for example, you wanted to create a classification based on gender. Soni Rajput seems to be a girl, probably purple color. Arushi Gosai, right click, give it a Rupam Kunar is a male, blue. Blue is the by default or blank color. Maybe you can decide a black, green. This one is Sulekha. Sulekha will be having a red color. Suresh Sharma will be having again green color. Sonal Kapoor will be having a red color. This is how you can devise your transcripts comfortably. So now, without looking at it, without making a classification at it, you can very easily classify, very easily look at how many boys and how many girls or how many males or females you have in your transcript based on gender, based on economic classification, or any other ease, or any other grouping, or any other clustering you can do using a color for the document. There anything change within the manuscript? Nothing will change. Whatever color you have given, nothing will change here. Everything will change at this window. Is it visible? What is different when I have given a different color to this document? Is it visible? A small dot, a rectangular shaped dot. You can see square shaped dot.
Yes, sir.
Then you can again create a memo for one of the documents. So say, for example, this is the document of Sonal Kapoor. Just right click here, create a memo. Right, this is a memo which is called as Sonal Kapoor. And now Sonal Kapoor, I wanted to say she is a brilliant girl studying in JNU. I'm sorry for my all spelling mistakes. You wanted to click a screenshot, you can. I've just clicked a screenshot from my laptop and captured that, ported that screenshot here. You wanted to make some drawing, you wanted whatever you wanted to do here, you can do that. It is very similar to the Word document and all other documents. If you look at the top, these memos are used for what you want to recall about this document. So this document, say for example, is very important for research question, or this document is very important for a theory. This document is very important for methodology section or literature review section or whatever section. You can give your idea. You can make a note on this orange color memo will be used for this purpose. Or if you click on RQ, this RQ could be seen here, and then you can see RQ here also. So this file and a small screen, what is hidden in the, double click on this memo and you will be able to see everything here. You can go into a memo file and a new free memo you wanted to create, or a document related memo you wanted to create, or which kind of memo. Memo is a file which helps you in maintaining the records of whatever you have read, whatever you have done, right? So this is a interview transcript, or this is a research paper of 20-25 pages. Probably recalling everything will be a bit challenging in that, right? So there is a specific classification of memos, though the software allows you to do a good classification on that front. But however, you can create your own customization, you can create your own specifications which are related to memo. Yes, you can also undo the dot colors, Deepika Swanji. Just right click here and click on this blue one. This is a by default color which is available to everyone. You can select all the documents all together, activate all the documents all together, right click here. Okay, no color is available. So need Rajput. Yes, you'll have to do it one by one. I knew it.
So what is the significance of color coding here in each document?
It is your choice. It is your objective. You can have a different objective. Their software is not asking you. This is not a compulsory one. You'll have to do this.
Right. So it's just one way of classifying certain.
Yeah, just one way of looking at your data.
Right. And what does activating a document mean, sir? Activating a document.
That's very important. I'll just allow me. If you see the first icon on this toolbar, this. If you see the first icon, just click it there and everything will be deselected. If you right click at a document, the top option, the first option is activating a document, and you will find the color is changed. A small arrow which is coming before to this document. And there is a small dot which might not be visible on my screen, but if you are opening, if you have the software open on your screen, you can click here just before a small icon to this, and then reactivation. What is the objective of activation? I'm doing coding in this particular file. Only this file need to be activated. This file, I'm needing a quick access of this file. This is one objective. Second objective is I'm going to do analysis, but I do not want to include all the files in that analysis. I wanted to create a word cloud. I wanted to make a single model factor. I wanted to make a this code cloud, but I do not want to include all the files there. And that is why I need activation there. And the same activation is also available in code system also. Whatever files and codes are activated, you will be able to see them on a screen. Otherwise, they are not visible on a screen. Correct? Sir, Vijeta ji is asking, sir, can we only enter the text in memo, right? We can also do our reflexivity through draw some diagrams in memo, anything, whichever you wish. What is the RQ document? RQ is a research question document.
No. So I just need to know that RQ file, like we got these files, the various files which you imported. So do we have a separate document of the RQ in this? No. Okay.
It's not necessary. Whatever type, it is simply a memo. I'll right click here and create a new memo. And this time memo is related to M. So say, for example, I am evaluating research papers. I'll simply close it, right? So this paper or this document is important before writing a methodology, or this document is important before writing a research question, or this document. These are the purposes, or these 4-5 questions, or these 4-5 documents are about research questions. I have made my notes based on research questions. This is what is a classification of software, not at all necessary for everyone.
Yeah. So one would like to have another 2 files which are clearly stating the objectives and the RQ, because we need to kind of get back to it again and again, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Even if you do not want to post RQ or L or M method or other ways, you can use these colors for that purpose.
Okay.
You can have your own meaning of these colors. This red color, say for example, you are evaluating transcript. This red color is for spirituality. This is about this violet color, what is it? Purple color is for this
Wellness.
wellness maybe, and this
Yeah.
blue color is for health, and this is for physical activities. Whatever codes you wanted to make for that.
Fine.
Right? So this is how you need to connect memos. Memos are very important documents nowadays. At present time, I would understand many of you might be thinking memos are useless document. Memos are very useful documents which help you in summarizing whatsoever document you are reading there. Right? So there are very specific document memos and some new free memos also. So once you click on new free memo, where it is available? Nowhere. But once you click on free memo, these are the free memos document just to evaluate what has been done with the document, what has been evaluated within the documents. This free memo will not be available along with the document. These memos, this complete column belongs to memos. You can talk about documents, or even you can talk about codes. These memos could have been attached to everywhere, right? And why we need to attach a memo? Say, for example, sometimes, let me give you another. Okay, I'll give you another way, another reason of using memos while I'll be creating coding or coding mechanism on that. Maybe you can make a small memo within the Sony Rajput and say you can have a comparison. You can say a female from JNU, from Delhi, and she travels by air most of the time. And that's it. While you will be reading these files, while you will be reading the file of Sony Rajput, just hover your mouse on this and you will be able to get female, JNU, Delhi, and air. Now you will be reading that text. Looking at this perspective, whatever you can read from this, right? How to evaluate Akash Gupta, how to evaluate Nehal Chaudhary, how to evaluate Shubham Rana. Based on that, based on just hover your mouse on this memo and you will be able to evaluate. There are different perspectives, there are different mindset on that. Right? So this is one way of looking at your documents. This is how you need to manage your documents. There are multiple ways of doing that, but these are the best ways of doing these documents. And now let me spend about 20 minutes on coding mechanism in Maxqda. What do I mean by code when I talk a specific software of which is called as Maxqda? Sorry, just what is a code? Code is a text which is having maximum of 63 characters, consisting of one or more words. This could be, say, for example, a code could be satisfaction and code could be customer satisfaction. How much, what is the maximum length in terms of character for a code is 63. It is, why not it is 64? Those who belongs to computer sciences, they will be able to recall why everything is comes into 32, 64, 128, 256 and 1024 sizes. So that
It's 2 power, yeah.
Yeah, so that is why they have made it 63, which is less than 2, power of 2. Right? A code can contain empty spaces and a special character also. Many of the time, and many other software, in fact, most of the softwares, whatsoever software I can recall at the present scenario, no software can talk about special characters in that. What do I mean by when I talk about a special character? On my keyboard, I'm having these special characters from 1 to 0. These are called as special characters on that. There are several other special characters which are called as emoticons, which are not part of my keyboard, but yes, they are the part of coding system in Maxqda. When you will be doing sentiment analytics and you started believing you are doing sentiment analytics by your manual method or by your choice, probably these emoticons will help you in a better manner. The number of codes are unlimited. There is no limitation on the number of codes. They are always unlimited in that term. So you need not to worry, I can code this much or I can code that much. You can code any number. Hierarchical structure can contain up to 10 levels. So say, for example, customer satisfaction is derived from these many goods, these many things, and these many things does have again. So say, for example, name of my grandfather, I'll just take a minute on this. My white screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Grandfather, father, and mother, and then after me, my kids. This is known as hierarchical system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10 level hierarchies you can maintain in Maxqda, which most of the other softwares will have up to 5 or 6 level of hierarchies could be maintained in other softwares. Right? This 10 level hierarchies are very, very inclusive. However, I have not seen anyone using 10 level of hierarchies. Right? Yes, this is an extensiveness of the software that they are offering it up to the best. These codes could be of different colors also. We discuss this. What do I mean when I say different colors? And these so-called colors code plays a very special role, very special role in your analysis. They are like text markers and changes the background color of the marked text. Right? Just a kind of highlighters which we have used on the hard copy of the books also. Emoticodes. This is a new term. We are just talking about emoticodes. Also play a very specific role. There are also special codes for participants. There are also special codes for participants in the focus group. And these two things are only possible in Maxqda. Right? Special emoticons for focus group discussion and emoticodes. These are not possible in any of the softwares of qualitative analysis. Right? This is a code system toolbars. If you can recall this toolbar is this one. Right? We'll just look at them once. One is a reset activation. Everything what has been selected, every code which has been activated will be deactivated, and then you will have to start activating them again. So say, for example, you have activated multiple codes and you want to deactivate everything. This is the best button. This will help. Display codes in activate documents only. If you are using this filter, display codes in activated documents only. So whichever documents are activated, you will be able to see their codes only, not other codes will be visible to your code system mechanism of that panel. This button will be used for new code. Display search toolbar, setting, undocking window, maximizing window, and hiding window. That's easily. So this is a new project, and under coding system, you wanted to make a new code. Where to go for making a new code? This one. So say, for example, these files are based on, say, for example, spirituality. And the color of spirituality will be the purple. Okay. You wanted to make some other codes, spirituality. Okay. I wanted to make a subcode under spirituality. So say, for example, within the spirituality, you can see a plus. Under spirituality, I wanted to talk about wellness. Yes, sorry.
Can you repeat the code command again? I missed with it.
For activity, for making this code. This one?
Yes, sir. How to make a code?
Yes. So just click on this button and you will be able to make a.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Or even you can right click here on this code system. There is other plus one. There is other plus. If you click here and say, for example, along with spirituality, you wanted to talk about wellness. Okay. Then under spirituality, you wanted to talk about when you talk about not spirituality. Under the wellness, you wanted to talk about water. Under the wellness, you wanted to talk about physical activity. When we talk about spirituality, then probably chanting mantras. And then maybe under spirituality, riverside. Correct. So these are the basic codes which I have just made. There could be another important, after making these codings, I'll start, say, for example, experience. And experience will be given a green color. Not this one. Now this is the challenge. Say, for example, you wanted to make code somewhere else and your code has been drawn somewhere else. So say, for example, you wanted to shift experience from wellness to spirituality. Simply drag and drop from wellness to spirituality and your code will be transferred. However, I wanted to make a new code on that, not a subcode. Correct? Under experience, I can talk about loneliness. Those who might belongs to the quantitative analysis approach, they might be thinking, what is this? What you are doing with? Am I correct or not? This
Excuse
you
me,
can
sir.
call. Yes, please.
You were saying that there are 10 levels of hierarchy. So that would appear in code system, like experience is one code. Under that, alcoholism becomes subcode. Then in that, we can total 10 levels.
Alcoholism is about, say, for example, what could be the category of alcohol? Whiskey. And you can see that. And then, correct? And then you wanted to go under whiskey, scotch. This way you can create codes about 10 level. Experience is level 1, alcoholism is level 2, whiskey is level 3, scotch is level 4, whiskey is level 3, yes, and scotch is level 4 for that. So we have done the coding up to 4 level. This way you can manage the levels of code up to 10 levels.
10 levels. Thank you, sir.
You can simply drag and drop these codes to anywhere. Just select this scotch. You wanted to drop this scotch under other activity. You can simply drag and drop just to manage these activities, just to manage these code system, just to manage these code mechanism also, right? So this is how you need to create. You need to make codes. Anyone who is making these codes with me and is able to follow me, or are you facing any problem in that? Yes, please.
I think we can give it a try once after the class and then come back to you in the next class. Basically, we need a little practice. That's
This
about all.
is what I was expecting on the very first day also. If you are not doing it with me, I believe you'll be again expecting me to repeat everything.
No, 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 no.
You are speaking the truth, and that is not.
I could recall the very first workshop which I attended somewhere in 2006 on SPSS. So the resource person was very illuminative and he was doing lots of things. And still a tech friendly. I was a tech friendly young scholar, and I was thinking, okay, click on analyze, click on descriptive, click on cross step, which probably the morning madam was doing. Click on this and this. These check boxes need to be clicked. This is what need to be filled. I can memorize everything. My friends were writing everything. And I was not writing anything. I can memorize everything. And then after a month of when I attended that workshop, I was trying to do analysis of my one of the research paper, which is related to one of my research paper. I opened SPSS and I was puzzled. I was not able to recall anything. So once you are following me, that will be okay. If you are not following me, I am sure you will have to recheck with the video part of this workshop.
Oh, right.
Right. So we have learned about creating a new code, adding a subcodes, importing codes and code memos from Excel file. That's very important. This is what can you help me recalling? I have already made codes in the beginning and I'll be reconnecting, I'll be dragging and dropping my material to this course. Which type of coding I am doing?
Deductive.
Deductive, correct. So say for example, you are into this research project, you are into this since long, and you have started making a priori coding, correct, Vijay? You are also there. So you have started making code and you have opened an Excel sheet and you thought to make your codes in the Excel sheet, and now you do not want to repeat into the Excel sheet. Whatever you have done into the Excel sheet, you wanted to import those codes directly, right? So I have made a file code samples. I'll share this Excel sheet with you. However, there is no there is not much technicalities in making Excel sheet.
ना अब नहीं आ रही होगी सबके
Please mute yourself. These are the two important columns which should be there into the Excel sheet. One is code and second one is memo. Right? So the name of code is Rahul. The name of second code is Rituraj. And the name of second subcode under Rituraj Prerna is the name of sub. I just done it for 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes before of this workshop, before to this workshop. And then there is a third level code into this. Now, how to import these? These are simply names. How to import these codes to the different ways of analysis? Simply go to the codes tab, import codes and memo from Excel sheet, right? And this software is also telling you this table just need to be saved in Excel file. There should be two important columns. One is code and second one is memo. This should be the code name and this should be the name of, this is how subcode is also need to be written. You want to copy this Excel sheet, simply copy this Excel sheet and paste into the Excel and you will be able to do this. However, my Excel sheet is already ready. Simply click on OK. And code samples, OK. And now you can see there is a specific code which is named as Rahul and something in the memo, whatever ABC, XYZ I have written there in the memo, Rituraj, Prerna, and the third level code is code. Correct? So you can also import your code file. If you have already made a code sheet into the Excel sheet, you can import that Excel sheet and that can help you, like that can save you in again, like while not doing this task again, right? So you can import codes and code memos from Excel, then adding a new top level code, dividing the codes into the subcode. There are many challenges with us now, right? So say for example, you are again started like you are again thinking to add a new code, just click it here and then you can drag and drop some subcodes under that. Just for example, I wanted to understand overall project.
So, just one moment before you move on. The codes that you just made by yourself, like experience, alcoholism, blah blah blah. In front of them, there's no memo. But the codes that you imported from Excel, there is a memo sign in front of that. Why is this different, sir? What is this for actually?
I have given this memo in the Excel sheet. ABC XYZ, say for example, Rahul is what and this and that and everything, all other things. You can see this ABC XYZ is written. Whatever is written here, say for example, Rahul is a first level code, or maybe Rituraj is a code which is related to this and that. COVID is a code which is related to this and that. Whatever explanation you have written, you can see ABC XYZ is written here everywhere. Well, while I hover my mouse on this, ABC XYZ is also always available.
Oh, okay. So I'm defining my code in this memo, and this memo
Correct.
appears in front of me in case I forget, what this Rahul was like.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Why I made this code, Rahul? What is the objective of Rahul? Say, for
Yeah.
example, today I read this manuscript and I did not coded it in. I did not made any code by the name of Rahul. After about 10 days, I'll forget everything.
Yeah. Happens every time. It's really good. Thank you.
What is the name? What was the actual variable name of BR001?
Yeah. Very right. Happens every time, sir.
Correct.
Thank you.
Subcode is written with backspace as prefix in Excel, 100% correct, Aritra. Correct. So this is how we need to manage our code files. Correct. Now, what is the major task which we are taking? Dividing the codes into the subcode. I believe this is the easier one. Then again, merging codes is the difficult. Say, for example, I wanted to merge Scotch under whiskey. I can drag Scotch and put on whiskey. This is one way of looking at it. Right? I wanted to merge it. You can see there is something which has been highlighted which was not there earlier. Whiskey merge. Scotch is merged with whiskey. There is one plus, and you can see what is this one plus. This one plus indicates there is something which has been merged with this. Now I wanted to merge whiskey and vodka, both the things, and for selecting, you can try clicking with the control and other ways. Can you select two ways? Can you select any even with the shift and all other ways? Just try pressing control key or shift key. Can you do that? Or there is a secret of the trade. I'll tell you the secret of the trade. In Maxqda, control key does have very limited opportunities because there are multiple shortcuts for that. Shift key, with the help of shift key, you can select only two codes, not more than two. But if you are pressing alt key, and now you can select any amount of codes or in terms of files without activating any code or without activating any file. Correct. So if you wanted to select more than one code or more than one file or anyways, you need to press alt key, hold down the alt key, and then alcoholism, in fact, vodka, whiskey, and alcoholism. These three things could be merged together. Right, select these three codes, right click, and you can see merge codes. Now merge code is alcoholism, and there is a plus sign, which means earlier there was other codes here. Simply pressing Ctrl Z will help me. Correct. This is how you need to operate with this. All other basic operations or the same operations which I am doing with the code system are also applicable on the document mechanism also. Right? Merging multiple codes using context menu. We have just done deleting code. I believe everyone knows it. How to delete a code? Simply click anything, select a code, press delete key. Or maybe there is a delete function, delete button there. There is an icon of deleting. Or maybe you can right click here and delete code. Or maybe rename code. Everything. There are a lot of functionalities. There are a lot of facilities which has been offered by Maxqda that way. How to subcode can be moved how a subcode can be moved up one level. This is why we have merged that. This is not moved one level up. For moving one level up, you'll have to right click here and click on this plus and another subcode which will be made under the this category of tree. Then delete is caught. Moving one level up is not possible, I believe. Add code 2. No, not possible. Correct. And now I'm coming to the very impressive part, very influencing part of the today's discussion, which is overview of codes. Correct?
Before you move, I think there was a question, can we demerge the merged codes? So
Also, what's okay? Demerging for the merged codes is Control Z. Undo is an option, and that is possible only while I'll be doing this just right now. I have merged two codes, and I wanted to demerge these two codes. That's possible after spending 10-15 minutes with this project and doing a lot of functions with that. Probably undoing that will be very, very challenging. Correct?
So working after 10, like for 10-15 minutes, and then we have to demerge, then I guess we'll be losing all those 10-15 minutes work, whatever has been worked out on
Whatever
that.
function, whatever works you have done in those 10-15 minutes, that you'll have to lose. You'll have to sacrifice with all that contains.
So there is no way out that we can save the work which has been done and then go back and see after demerging if we can again
There is
use those
other mechanism which could help you. You need to simply go to the code mechanism, export coding system, and just simply click on export coding system in terms of a doc file. Or maybe there are other options in terms of Word file, Excel file. So you can simply export this into the Excel file. Say, for example, I'll be naming it at export1, exp1. exp1 is something. export1. Done. Include memos? Yes. When you go to the downloads folder and you open this export folder, you'll be able to see code system experiences under alcoholism, whiskey, scotches, and you have merged or demerged this. And now you'll have to re-import this file and you can do that.
Okay.
This is the only option which I find is usable for you. Right?
Excuse me, sir. Can you repeat it, sir?
Exporting?
Yes, sir.
You need not to activate anything. Simply go to the codes button, codes tab, click on export code system. And you wanted to export an Excel file, website file, HTML file. Say, for example, you wanted to make an Word file 001, replace it. I will export a few other options also that will help you in understanding. Participants can now see your screen. My screen is not visible to anyone.
It's visible. Sir, it's visual, sir.
Yeah. If you wanted to export this into an HTML file, which is a website file, I'll again naming it by 001A. And I'll be showing you all the files, how this exports your coding mechanism and how those coding mechanism could be used for writing a detailed table. Say, for example, I'm doing this on my machine and I want to export this Maxqda code system and you want to import the same coding system on your machine, then I'll have to export this from here, Maxqda code system. There will be a file which will be exported by the name of MTR. Yes. 001. If you import this code system, if you import this code mechanism, all the codes on your project will be exactly same, and you will be able to follow the code system, the code mechanism which I was following. Correct? So this is the one file 001. You can see this code mechanism as I exported in terms of Excel file is everything available here also. 001 is a web page file. Exactly. You can just double click on this and you will be able to see an HTML file for that. Correct? And then this MTR, this file will be needed if you wanted to import this same code mechanism to your system. Correct? Any other doubt on this?
No, sir.
Transferring the coding system is also available. But before going to overview of codes, I will look, I believe all of you might be able to recall, we have done a lots of coding. These are the new types of coding, new methods of coding, which I'll be discussing today. But before that, can you help me how to add these chunks? I'll be deleting these codes, and Rahul, Ritraj, Prerna, Kovid, I'll be deleting these codes. Yeah. So I'll also close these files. Now I will import this document browser and I will open the first file from Suni Rajput. Correct? So now can you help me how I can code these?
Drag and drop.
Drag and drop. Experience. And without reading that, I'm simply dragging and dropping some paragraphs. Yes. However, probably one of my co-author who will be, if she'll see this video, sir, we have done a research on spirituality, and you have converted the whole transcript into in terms of quotes of whiskey, vodka, and scotch. When we are talking about spirituality, probably all of you might be able to recall an old movie, Hare Krishna and Hare Rama. So they have converted, they have transformed the whole spirituality, which is related to all addictions and all bad habits. Don't you think this is very, very difficult to code? Do you find it difficult to every time drag and drop?
It's time consuming.
It's time consuming, correct. Because reading itself is a time consuming, correct? What
That's
I can
the
do?
bread and butter of researchers, sir.
Correct. But my task, like why you are attending this workshop, my task is to make your task easier.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Somebody was trying to ask something. Are the screens clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sunrise sectors.
Hello. Somebody is trying to ask something. I'm not sure. Right. If you find it difficult, just type your question into the chat box. I'm taking all the questions from voice mode and all other ways. What could be done? So say, for example, I need to identify based on sequence. I can have the keyboard shortcuts of these codes also. Just click on here and control 1 and control 2 and control 3. So I'll say experience is control 1. Wellness is control 2. Spirituality is control 3. Right? And chanting mantras will be control 9. Riverside is control 8. These are the shortcuts which I'll be trying in the next file. Okay. Next file is of Akash Gupta. Right. So I have selected this text and will press control 1. And can you see this code here? Control 2.
So for selecting these text, can't we make use of the paragraphs? Because as we know, the questions is one paragraph and then the answer is one paragraph. As we are dealing with only the answers, can't we select paragraph 2, paragraph 4, or maybe all even numbered paragraphs like that?
That will be a bit challenging. Sometimes respondent have given you answer in 2 paragraphs. Right? Then your odd number question, the even number paragraph will be a respondent's question. A respondent's
Yeah, but maybe
response.
instead of copying everything, at least we can have a range. Let us suppose from 1 to 40, 1 to 30, let us suppose it's one question and then the answer is in one paragraph only.
That's
Then
not
can
possible. That's not possible.
okay.
Yes, so these are the shortcuts which we are trying to use. And say, for example, control 3. Say, for example, if you wanted to select the whole paragraph in one go, you can click on this 6 and control 2 or control 4, or sorry, control 9 is about chanting mantras. This paragraph is about control 8. This paragraph is about control 3. And this is one way of doing it. Reading simultaneously. You need not to drag and drop everything. There is another way. Say, for
So
example,
for Mac
these
also it remains like this. I mean, control key
100%
only.
exactly. Control is not, I think control is not available in Mac. There is a home button, I think, in control, or there are other shortcuts keys. There is a key which is used in Mac. I'm not sure what is that key. I've not used that Mac.
Okay.
Hey.
So one paragraph may have multiple codes.
Correct. So just simply select this control 9, control 1, control 3. So these 3 codes have been given to one paragraph. Or maybe, say, for example, you are one of the paragraph, one of the this whole paragraph is having 3 codes. However, there are several subcodes also: physical activity and water. These 3 codes, these 2 codes are made activated, right? Just before clicking on this, and I've made them activate. I will select a small paragraph for 2 or 3 sentences out of this line. Right click on this. Sorry. Right click on this, and where is code activated? With activated codes. And you can see these lines have been selected for this physical activity and water also.
Okay. Thank you.
Got it? Now I will code Nehal Chaudhary with a different trick. So there is a sheet which is named as code favorite. Right? Now I will drag and whichever codes I find is most of the time I use. Experience I use most of the time. Wellness I use second priority. Spirituality and chanting mantras. Correct? These 4 codes I generally use multiple times. Correct. Now I need not to drag and drop a lot of things. Select this line, click on experience. Select this line, click on chanting mantras. Select this paragraph, click on spirituality. Select this paragraph, click on wellness. Are you doing it with me? Or are you getting whatever is the idea we are discussing? This is known as favorite, coding with the favorite mechanism, spirituality, wellness.
So this is new trick, sir.
Yeah. This is
a new trick, sir.
This is a new trick, right?
Then the excellence, sir.
You can specifically select this one, spirituality, then, or you can select this one and click on spirituality, wellness, experience, and all other things. So this paragraph has been coded for 4 different codes. Correct? Maybe select this one and click on code favorite and click on spirituality. Spirituality will be coded for this paragraph.
So with control shortcut, how many shortcuts can we have?
9 shortcuts, I believe. Yes, control 9,
Okay.
because there are control 9 options.
Right. Okay.
And once you find in one project this you have saturated these 9, just remove all the shortcuts. Click here and remove this shortcut, remove these shortcuts, and then you can create new shortcuts also. Done?
And all these shortcuts that we create, these are specific to the active project that we are working on, right? I could
Yes,
be working on
project.
2 projects.
Active project, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Not on all the projects.
Yeah.
So since this was a deductive way of creating codes, if we are to do it with the inductive way and we start with one document and we get some codes, then we hop on to the second one and then get some more. Yeah.
Yes. I got your question.
Okay. Sir.
Let me move to the other project. In the previous class, we have done with 2A, I think. Yes. Say, for example, this is a project where I'm not following the deductive approach. I'll be following inductive approach. For example, yes, definitely. See, again, I feel yoga and Ayurveda is something. Yoga and Ayurveda is a code. Correct? I'll click here and select this code in vivo. Now you can see yoga and Ayurveda is a code here. Correct? And now I can select this whole paragraph and drag and drop to yoga and Ayurveda. Then I find this particular paragraph is about higher consciousness. I will again create an in vivo code, this one, and this whole paragraph will go to higher consciousness. Correct? And this way I'll have to create first in vivo codes, and then I'll have to, so this after about 2-3 manuscripts, I don't find anything new you'll find. Even if you are doing an inductive approach, after 3-4 rounds or maybe 4-5 rounds, the chances are very less to find something in terms of new codes. Correct?
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
I'll move back to my present project. Correct. And any question up to this point, or Mr. Kanan is asking, can we have a 5 minutes break? What has happened, Kananji? Do we actually need a break?
Up to you, sir, and up to the participants.
I don't need any break. If participants will be asking, we can go for.
No, sir, it's okay for us, whichever you like. So, in today's class, will we be actually getting the output also? Like we have done the coding part now. So now
Yes,
how?
you'll be getting.
Okay, great.
Correct.
So can we do sentiment analysis like in vivo here also?
Yes, you can do all the analysis, whatever analysis could be done with all other softwares. Don't worry. So we have done the coding for these 3 files, correct? I'll have to do the coding for all other files for the better results. However, I'm not doing those right now, or even if I'll be using different tricks and different techniques. Selecting the segments you wanted to code, coding with a keyword shortcut. We have done this. Emoticode. Yes. Say, for example, Shubham Rena. I find cosmos, birth, death cycle, and meditation and oneness. There is another code, emoticode. He is talking about death cycle. This one is a paragraph 4 and paragraph 5. He is talking about gluttony, lust, and other ways. I do not want to give them the word. I'm not sure what are the emoticons for lust. Right? I generally do not use them a lot. Probably you are the next generation. You will be loving to use emoticons or other ways. These are the many emoticons which could be used. Sure. Do we have any emoticon of lust? I'm not sure. Maybe this one, Angel. Right. This paragraph is about love. This paragraph is about love. This paragraph is having some sarcasm. This paragraph is having some tasty foods. This paragraph is about some sad news. These are the different ways and different means which we can do for the different purpose of coding. There are different colors also for, say, for example,
so the emoticons are not taken into the code system, right? We can just straight away
these
put them there.
emoticons are part of code systems. You can see here.
Oh, we need not create them. They'll come on their own over here, right?
Yes.
It can be convenient classification, right?
Sorry?
It can be convenient classification, the way we were doing earlier, say for the by using the colors.
In the morning, the professor, the resource person has already said there is nothing which is convenient of the researcher.
Correct, sir. I'm just saying when I'm reading it for the first time, when I'm at the verge of kind of creating the codes that could be there or the recurring things that I'm expecting to have there. So for that, I can, kind of create it once and then finally write the code system.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
So is there any way to import more emoticons?
I'm not sure. I've not tried that actually. generally, I'm of experimental nature, but in terms of emoticons, I have not tried that. As you have indicated, in general, columns and rows, I don't think there is a way of importing emoticons. No.
Yes, I could not actually find any way. So
No, I don't think there is a way of importing other emoticons. I believe these are these are the good numbers. Don't you think?
so again the question comes, how will we actually incorporate these emoticons while writing a research paper? How we will, represent in a research paper?
That's a very difficult question. But I'll help you. Definitely, I'll help you in doing that. Just say, for example, you're talking about sentiments. I have devised a sentiment in 5 categories, which is very positive to very negative. In between, there are 3 other categories: neutral, moderately positive, and moderately negative. You might have a sentiment about devil sentiment, angel sentiment, sentiment of angerness, sentiment of happiness. Softwares does have some limitations which cannot be done automatically. Softwares can identify these 5 categories, very positive to very negative. But if you wanted to understand the sentiments of love, sentiment of anger, sentiment of devil opinion, devil's advocate, and angel advocate or angel investor, whatever type of sentiments you're looking for, and then you'll have to write interpretation based on how you have used those sentiments. Correct? Did you get
Yes,
the
sir.
idea?
Yes, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Sorry, we cannot hear you.
We also learn how to,
Miss Vani, we cannot hear you. Please type.
sir, will we also learn?
Yes, please. Somebody is having a question.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, this is Vijayta speaking, sir.
Yes.
I request you to show one example of grounded theory, like open coding, and then how you give the relationships between these codes that you have generated initially. And then
We
again,
have given a specific day for grounded theory and ethnography, and all other tools have got a
fine,
separate
sir.
days for that.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Then I'll look forward to that. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes, please. Correct. So these many
Sir,
files
I've
have
written
been
my question.
sorry.
I wanted to know if Maxqda helps in understanding relationships between codes.
Your voice is cluttering is in between. Can you please type your question?
Yes.
Hello.
Sir, in the very first class you showed this is another question. Can I ask you?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So in the first class you displayed a word cloud. So just a thought came into my mind that when we have few in transcripts or few interviews with us, and first we create the word cloud. We remove all the stop words. We kind of get the major important words in that text. Can we use them as codes, and can this whole process be termed as
and that is why I've
deductive?
also demonstrated how to use or how to convert direct word frequencies from direct word frequencies to the codings also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this would be deductive, or will it be called inductive,
This
or
will
will
be
it be a
called
mix?
inductive. This will be called inductive.
Achha, we are asking from the data.
Yes, you are asking from the data. You do not have a predefined tools for that.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. However, somebody has already posted a question into the chat box, sir, how to interpret a word cloud. Using word cloud in teaching and learning, or probably using word cloud to developing proactive learners. Just type use these words on the chat on this Google Scholar, and you will be able to understand how to interpret word clouds. So say for example, sometimes there are shorter papers. They have created a word cloud. It does not make a difference. You have created a word cloud using Maxqda, using NVivo, or using a free software. The important thing is, how do you interpret a word cloud? Here you will get a definition or all other aspects which are related to word cloud and how they have defined word cloud, how they have interpreted the word cloud, and all other things you'll get in this way. So this will be the best way of, say for example, you belongs to marketing domain, and you wanted to see the application of word clouds and get your head into the cloud using word cloud for analyzing qualitative assessment data. Using word cloud for developing proactive learners. This is the same one. Probably this one could help us analyzing qualitative assessment data. Getting your heads into the clouds using a word cloud for analyzing qualitative assessment data. So this is a paper. They have written all the interpretation of how to use a word clouds. I believe on the very first day I have shared multiple papers. One of the paper was having a word cloud of hotel sentiments. One of the paper was having word cloud of Rahul Gandhi and other ways. However, we'll discuss at the separate time. Kindly share this paper. I have not downloaded any paper. Even I don't know about this paper. Right? You can see the title and use the Google Scholar. Get into your, just click a screenshot here and that will help you. Correct. So we have coded a good number of documents. Now let us move to emoticons, coding clouds. Now let us move to understanding how these codings could help us. Right? And that was a very impressive question from somebody. Are we going to see outputs also today? Correct. So say for example, Sony Rajput has been, these are the number of codes which these word files has received from my end. Correct. However, most of them have not read. So Sony Rajput has 9 files. Sony Rajput has got 9 codes. Simply right click on Sony Rajput, right? And click on codes. Can you see a table? Experience has been coded. Experience along with the loneliness has been coded. Coded segments. Coded segments. There is no file which is activated. Coded segments in total. Code has been done by RPS. Created by what is the time and date. However, I'm not interested in this table. I'm interested in a table which is available on this click. Just click on this screen. Just click on this button and you will be able to get experience has been coded on these many times. Alcohol and vodka has been coded on these many times, and what is the overall percentage. I have just read. This is a tabular representation. Say for example, you are saving your time in terms of graphics and all. This is a tabular representation. Just click on a graph, because one file has got equal codes of all other codes. I was doing blindly. Otherwise, you can create a pie chart. You can create other charts also. You can ask them to convert in terms of number instead of percentage. Remove these codes. Multiple classification. These legends could be imported. Title. Text at the bottom. Color codes could be differentiated. All other customizations which you are looking for. Let me do this one again, one more time. Sony Rajput, and this paragraph is about, I'll use a favorite one. I'm doing it very blindly, without looking at the contents. Do not expect a good result. Correct? I'll again right click on Sony Rajput and you can see codes. Click on this table. Now you can see now everything is not 11% and everything is not in one frequency. You can convert this chart. Experience has been found most important keyword. Spirituality under chanting mantras, under spirituality has found the second most important word. Or these are the different terms. You can create a pie chart and you can evaluate this. You can create a bar chart and you can evaluate this. There could be multiple ways and means to do that. This is coded segment under this document. This is coded segment under active documents. There is no document which is active. If I could select, if I could activate this, but this is very late to activate. Right? So there is no document which is active. Coded segment is a correct way of looking at the different data. Now you might be thinking how to export these figures, how to export these charts. Say for example, this one is export. Coded segment PNG, say for example, coded segment 1. And this a good quality figure, which could be directly copied and pasted to the Word file, will be exported. You can see this. JPEG, which is a challenge with nowadays. Most of the researcher, the publishers sometimes ask you, the editor sometimes ask you a better quality figure, which is not available. All of us are doing simply copying and pasting to that figure. But these figures could have been directly posted to the editors or publishers. You can use this as a good quality figure. Now you can customize this figure in your own style. There will be no coercion with this type of figure if they are using. There is multiple type of customization. Many types of customization is available to this, to these slots or to this figure. Sorry. What is the problem? Oh, my project has been closed. Still, I can take several questions. Deepika Upadhyay is asking, are such paper publishable? That's very impressive question. I liked it. I'll show you one of the paper which is from my own desk.
And I was asking word cloud related questions. Word cloud related questions.
Papers based on word cloud are published or not? Yes.
Yeah. That I was asking.
No. Allow me a minute. I'll show you some of them. This is one of the paper from a comparison from Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi ji. Rahul Gandhi on Twitter, an analysis of brand building through Twitter as leader of main opposition party in India. The main attraction of this paper was a word cloud. This one. This word cloud was like, because of this word cloud, this paper was able to attract good readership, and that is why editor has accepted this paper. And there is another one which is very, very impressive paper. And whatever papers I am showing you are from the top class journals, except my papers, because very soon they'll also be top class journals. One of the papers has been accepted very recently into a category journal. Where is that? Hotel sentiments paper. Sure. I'll send you that paper later on. That paper is about hotel and sentiment of the hotel, the guest in the hotel, and how the hotel, how the guests of the hotels have represented their sentiments and how their sentiments have represented in terms of word cloud. You will be able to see that. However, our first paper was also having a word cloud on new education policy. Most of the paper, there is one paper from Indian fellow, forgetting his name. Shalini, can you please help me in recalling this professor from Delhi University who delivers workshop with you?
Sorry, sir. Who delivers workshop?
This Gagandeep Sharma ji.
Dr. Gagan, IP University.
IP, not from the Delhi.
IP, yeah, it's from IP.
Qualitative inquiry into the strategic and operational resources of COVID-19 challenges in South Asia. Right? Gagandeep Sharma ji has evaluated, has done a comparison of top 10, top 8 leaders from the SAARC countries and their medical representative also, and again a representation. The comparison is being done based on word cloud. Right? This was a word cloud which is done from the basis of SAARC leaders. And this is there is another word cloud which is made on the basis of healthcare professionals. Word cloud plays very important role in terms of if you are involved into the qualitative analysis. Correct. I'm having a lots of papers, but they are not correctly segregated into the folder. I'll share those papers with you. So don't worry for that.
So I think word cloud just tells us about the main sentiments around that.
The main important ideas, the important themes around the discussion.
Exactly. But wouldn't it be insufficient to just do a word cloud analysis? I think something else should follow. A word cloud is the beginning of the
word cloud is the analysis of the discussion. That's correct. But insufficient, saying it insufficient will not be the good idea, because we have removed all the words which should not be included in that word cloud. Right? There is a separate list of stopping words. I have supplied you a list of 427, 430 words. Correct.
Correct.
If you are implementing that list, probably there is no word which is useless in the analysis. Correct. So now there will be no to, no far, no the. Otherwise, when I make a word cloud on a simple general transcript, you will find multiple times there is the, or maybe is MR, or maybe will or shall. Right. If it is a futuristic policy discussion, you will find will and shall multiple times. Those need to be removed from the word cloud. Your data need to be very clean before making a word cloud. Then definitely word cloud is making a lot of sense on that.
Right.
So this was the one document we have looked at. Say, for example, this was the opinion of Soni Rajput we have looked at. Say, for example, I wanted to look at the whole folder's opinion in terms of output, in terms of frequency, in terms of every other thing. So when just right click on documents and click on quotes again, you will be able to see a lots of chunk into this list. Just click on this icon and convert this icon into the graph. Right? Now you can see this crying. This emoticon is converted into a code. Right? You can create a pie chart on that. You can again create a bar chart. You can tabular way is also good way. In many papers you'll find these tabular way. This you can see this Gagandeep Sharma ji after making a word cloud, he has made a table of on frequencies also. This one. Word frequency table of SAARC leader, quarantine, 34 time count, this much is a weightage, health, 37 count, this much is a weightage. Now you will be able to understand these are the frequencies of weightage in this table. Frequency, percentage, and percentage which is valid. I don't find any use of percentage valid up to this column. Everything is valid for you, and you can export this in terms of an Excel file, and the Excel file could be imported, could be used for any tabular representation, any tabular way of converting into a paper. This one. Correct? I have just shown you another paper, word count and weightage percentage and everything. Correct? This is the table which Professor Gagandeep Sharma ji has made with us. This is a table this paper which is published into a global business review, not a category. This is GBR, India-based journal, indexed in Scopus and Web of Science both, but probably word count and weightage. And then a discussion surrounding to this, wherever you will find the call out for table 3 and table 4, you will be able to understand what is this role is being played out of this codes and everything. However, in other softwares, direct visualization is exported. In Maxqda, you can convert this visualization at any time in terms of a graph. or in terms of a tabular representation. They could be exported at any point of time. Right? You can also click on copy to clipboard, and after copying it to a clipboard, you can directly paste it to a Word file. I'll just show you that. Yes, then you can remove this percentage valid is not useful for me. Delete this column. Missing, there is no value of which is missing, and total is also not needed here. Right click and deleting that. So now you can see the complete table as into the table of into the paper of Gagandeep Sharma ji, or into this paper of Anjuman Antil and Harsh V Verma ji. Correct? You can see those very easily. Whatever we have done just now, these outputs are available. These outputs are supported by where is the data set? Yes. There are several other papers, not this one. Those who belongs to marketing, they'll be able to understand this paper very easily. Customer perception on green advertising in the context of eco-friendly FMCG sector, eco-friendly FMCGs. Right? They started with literature review, which all of us have to. If somebody will suggest one day you need to submit a paper without literature review, I believe our productivity will be double to the present. Literature review is the main part, which is stopping all of us. Right? So the trust, like these type of chunks could have been imported. You can see respondent number 11, respondent number 18. These different type of chunks could have been exported. However, they have not used several CADQAS. Otherwise, they could have also used word cloud or other ways. Netnography paper we'll see into a specific session, into a specific day, when we'll be having a, I think there is a specific day for netnography also. COVID-19 pandemic. These type of, you can see these word cloud have been made, and then network analysis have been made with the help of this software itself. And this network analysis and everything has been done with the help of Maxqda itself. You can see the name of Maxqda. This is the word cloud which has been made with the help of Maxqda. And then this is the network. I'll show you the day when we'll be discussing about network analysis using Maxqda. We'll be making a network, we'll be making a map. If the tourism is related, how tourism is indirectly related to the travel and hospitality, food and beverages and everything. Conceptual map, a code map could be created this way. You can see this code sheet. Somebody has directly exported, taken a screenshot of this code sheet to Matrix browser, and they have directly taken this code sheet from here. A screenshot have been taken from Maxqda. Correct. So this was only one way. This is only one analysis of this particular. You can also look at aggregate into the first level. If you click on this, now you can see everything is aggregated into the first level codes. There is no analysis which is based on subcode analysis. Subcode analysis is not done. So if you are looking at first level analysis, then only this much is sufficient. If you are looking at deep dive into the subcodes analysis also, then you need to deselect this, and then everyone will be converted to the codes of your analysis. So this is one way, one method of output for Maxqda. Are we leaving anything? Emoticons done? Yes, a smart coding tool is very impressive tool in Maxqda, which is missing from all other tools. Codes. Click on smart coding tools. Smart coding tools helps you in understanding what is coded here. So say, for example, when I say crime, what is selected under crime? What is the coded segment? What are the other codes which are related to this? Say if I'll select experience, Nihal Chaudhary is a document. This is the coded segment, this is the analysis, and these many other codes were part of the same paragraph. Right? These paragraphs could have been directly exported to that for the purpose of analysis. You can do some cross mapping also, however, which is not needed at the present stage. Probably when you start using this software, you will find it more convenient to use that. Physical activity does have cross connection. Physical activity has been found in two files, Akash Gupta and Soni Rajput. And in Akash Gupta's file, physical activity is also connected with experience, water, spirituality, and chanting mantras. So one code is connected to which other codes? Somebody was asking, can we establish a relationship also? Directly making a graph, directly making a figure of relationship of network, I'll discuss in the next few classes. But today we need to understand this is the first code, which is physical activity, and physical activity is connected with these four other codes also. So this is how a code matrix can help you in understanding. We'll be definitely, I'll be showing you how these codes are connected with each other. Don't worry for that. You need not to worry for that. I'll be discussing as and when we'll get some smooth time, because today I have to spend a lot of sorry, just
So just one question. This is it something similar to factors which we in factor analysis, like some of the factors are correlated and then we are clubbing it. Is it something like that? No.
These are the factors.
Okay.
This is the factor. Experience is a factor.
Correct.
We are comparing it with quantitative analysis. Wellness is a factor. Spirituality is a factor. Right? Yeah. Theoretically, in qualitative analysis, they are called as code. But if you are comparing qualitative and quantitative analysis, then yes, these codes could be called as factors.
Right. Thank you.
What is the basis of connection? Aritra, don't be in a hurry. Definitely, I'll be discussing. Please explain activated codes. So say, for example, I have made Soni Rajput as an activation, and I find I wanted to select crying. I'll have to open an activation retrieved segment also. There is no connection of Soni Rajput and crying. I select this. Winking, no. Laughing, no. Soni Rajput does have a connection with experience. If I select experience, alcoholism, vodka, whiskey, and scotch, so you'll be able to see that. These are the paragraphs. I think this paragraph was related to different subcategories. This is related to experience. Another paragraph is related to alcoholism. Another paragraph is related to vodka. Another paragraph is related to scotch. And these all paragraphs now could be paraphrased from this tool. Right? Display comments in the coded segment from here. You can make a comment on them. Or maybe overview of retrieve segment, which we are seeing. Again, a smart coding tool. And you can code relationship browser could be made here. You can see Soni Rajput file is having these many codes. However, no number has been written here. For mentioning that in terms of number, I need to go in visual tools, then code matrix browser. This is very important for all of us. Code matrix browser. Now this will ask me, do you want to incorporate all documents? I'll say yes. In all documents, these are the different codes. You can convert this matrix in terms of number also, in terms of actual numbers also. These were the different codes. Say, for example, Soni Rajput has got total 11 codes. And this could be verified. This could be verified from here also. Soni Rajput in total has got 16 codes. Probably, did I deactivated some codes? No, I did not deactivate it. I will select on all the activation. This one. Then let's see. Code browser matrix. I believe I am making a mistake.
Sir, it is, yes, you have checked the only activated codes in code matrix browser.
But I have selected also made activation of all the codes. Not sure what.
Yeah, click on that code matrix browser. Then you have. there you have selected that box, checked the box. If you see, yes. So if you
Only.
deselect, I think you'll get it.
Yes, correct. No, still not.
Still
Again,
not.
I'm making some other mistake. I'm not sure with that. So probably a kind of heat map, a kind of percentages. If you wanted to make a large sheet, click here. A large sheet will be created on that. A small sheet could be created on that. Now you'll be able to reconnect with this. Can you recall this? Which type of code, travel, event,
Yes,
hospitality, and tourism? These type of code matrix have been made here. And right now we have done only one coding for all the files. If we could do multiple coding, probably we'll be able to get a clearer picture on that. And when you click on summation, you will be able to see summation on the column and summation in the rows also. Otherwise, in terms of number or maybe highlight, if you click on this one, you'll find higher number has got the red frequency, lower number has got the blue frequency. A kind of heat map could be created. Different code and subcode, or maybe when you click this code, subcode and subcode could be analyzed. Now this will be up to you how you want to use it. Code matrix browser, because this is the most important element of the qualitative analysis. However, there are a few other things also, but code matrix and looking at the overall code is the best way of looking at the whole transcripts in one go. There is one more method, like instead of somebody was saying word cloud isn't insufficient. Yes, if you have done the coding of all the transcripts of all the documents which you are seeing on your screen, if you have removed, if you have done the coding everywhere, probably right click here at documents and you can create a code cloud only for activated codes. Just probably my system is not able to handle this much pressure. The following 4 words could not be included into the word cloud: mantras, spirituality, experience, and wellness. Okay. This one. Starts with 19 codes. Minimum frequency is 1. Now you can see chanting mantras and spirituality has got the highest score throughout the analysis. So now, if the word cloud is insufficient, probably the code cloud is sufficient in that way, right? So that could be another way of looking at it. However, you might be able to see there is no option of a stop words list, because code cloud is only having the important codes. That is why they have removed the stop words list from the code cloud itself. You can again copy it to a clipboard, or you can export it to a better quality of image also. So these are the 3-4. Sorry? These are the 3-4 ways of looking at it. You can analyze in terms of memos, in terms of summaries, paraphrases. I'll talk about paraphrasing when we'll be talking about literature review or some other days. Links are 2 types of links in this way. I'll be discussing into the next class. Or you wanted to make a shorting of based on this and everything. Next issue is very important. Quantitative content analysis part we'll be discussing in some other day on this next issue. Correct. So this was, I believe we are able to complete the today's target, code cloud. Yes. Finally, we were able to achieve today's target. However, I'm open for your questions or your queries.
Any questions, please?
I don't think there will be no question.
You've already taken it simultaneously. So. Right. So we have completed.
We were to discuss about the interview schedule. Did I miss that? I joined a little late. I guess
No, you did not miss that. We'll be incorporating that interview protocol to some other days.
Oh,
because
thank
today
you.
I'll be needing the whole day for coding and everything. I know this coding and all takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And many of you might not believe this is this much useful utility, but still I wanted to take this interview protocol on some other days.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can I come in?
Yes, please.
Sir, these codes can be manually allotted, or we can take it from the word cloud.
Okay. Can anyone else help me in responding to this query?
I think it is both. You
Both
can
ways.
take it
Both
from the
ways.
word cloud, and you can also add some words to it.
If you are doing
Whatever.
inductive coding, this is what we are discussing from the beginning. If you are doing inductive coding, then yes, definitely you can take it from word cloud or other ways. If you are taking from deductive coding, then probably manual coding is needed for that.
But sir prefers manual coding.
But wouldn't you say that it could be a mix of inductive and deductive? No.
Yes, yes, definitely. You can say you can use a mixed method. You can use inductive mix of inductive and deductive or
Fine.
both.
Fine.
100% open.
Fine.
Another quick thing, sir, like over here, we'd been using Word document. If I were to use the PDFs, how would it work in that case? Say if I'm trying to analyze some research papers using this Maxqda, how would it work?
I'm having research papers into other project on day one, I believe. This one, right? I'm having these, transcripts. Okay, Anil Rawat, these are also transcripts. No. Yes, these are also transcripts. Okay, I'm having in a separate folder, I'm having these research papers.
So research papers.
So just simply, only challenge is only difference in analyzing an research paper or analyzing a Word file. If you are analyzing a research paper, you won't get this option. Editing is disappeared because this one is a PDF and you cannot edit a PDF with this software. So only editing is disappeared. The rest, all the things will go as it is. You can select it, drag and drop to a code or maybe favorite coding or whatever type of coding you are analyzing. Correct?
Okay.
The same way you can analyze a policy, you can analyze a research paper, you can analyze anything.
All right, sir. All right.
Get the idea, clear idea about this?
Yeah.
Sir, we can even have the word cloud for the research paper, right?
Yes. Any document which you are having here. Just a minute. Say, for example, this is a paper, an exploratory study in the role of pervasive environment for promotion of tourism destination. Right click here, click about cloud. Correct? Now you need to incorporate this stop words list. And then you can right click here and add to stop word list of because this is a research paper, so at all might have found multiple times, and minimum frequency could have been increased by 5-6, or maybe top 20 papers of a research paper, or maybe top 100 words of a research paper you wanted to see. Simply click on rearrange, or maybe you wanted to make a very specific design, so you can use the shape most frequent word of this research paper. This might take us several seconds because the most frequent word, it's difficult to guess. Probably IR. This is something else. And probably you wanted to convert it along with your image. So probably somebody has converted that image from Twitter, image of Twitter, Twitter's word here. Or maybe you wanted to make a triangle shape or whatever type of shape you wanted to make that. Different alignments, different shape. The customization in this word cloud is possible. Language option, copy to, yes, these many things. So this is a word cloud based on that particular research paper. Correct?
So there is an option limitize words. What is that? So this one, lematize words.
Lematize means, say for example, I'm using talk, talks, talking, talked. So these 4 words will be clubbed into one word. What is that?
Okay.
The root of the word will be taken.
Root of the word will be taken. Correct.
Sir, are there any papers where we can also include this emoticons?
I have not seen
Emoticons you have just
emoticons. I
shown,
have
no,
not seen
sir?
emoticons. However, they are
Yes, sir.
very new to the practice. But I am sure within 6
Okay,
months you will be able to see those papers also.
Okay, so we'll be using it mostly for sentiment analysis, no, sir?
Sentiment or any type of analysis. It is not limited to sentiment.
Okay.
This is what is your purpose of that.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, Ritra, word cloud is helpful in inductive approach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I have two questions actually. First
Please.
is, let's assume we have 15 codes already prepared. Now, for the ease of our operation, can we use the code favorites as well as keyboard shortcuts done simultaneously?
I have not tried, but I believe yes, you can do that because keyboard
Because I
shortcuts
only
does have
have,
a different application.
right, no, because I'm asking this question because we have only 9 keyboard shortcuts, right? Suppose I want to add 6 more in my favorite options, then it becomes much easier for somebody to work
Yes,
around.
yes, yes, definitely. Let me do it in front of you. I have not tried this, but let me do it. Say for example, keyboard shortcuts for codes. I will experience alcoholism. Done. Control 1 to control 9. Okay. Now let's take some to favorite also. Probably spirituality is already there. So I'll select this paragraph, press control 1. I'll select this paragraph and we'll press this. Yes, yes, yes. You can definitely do this. I've just tried doing this.
Yeah, so thank you, sir. That makes lives much easier actually. Sir, another question that I had, we had this option in the code section that convert this code into document variables or not. So are we going to have some discussion on that?
Yes, we'll be having the discussion on that. However, I would recommend, I multiple time advise everyone, if you are trying to make a descriptive table based on their gender, demographics, or all other ways, use Microsoft Excel for that, because in software, this is going to make your life hell. Right? So variables, though they are very limited, code segments and memo, you can add here gender, socio-economic background, and everything. I'll be discussing that, how to add those variables, and then how to export those variables in terms of an Excel sheet. But I would recommend doing this with Excel sheet is far, far, far easier.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
One question, sir. It may be a repetition actually. Just quick one. I missed on how do I add the stop list? You shared that, but I missed on how do I add.
Say for example, I have created a word cloud on Suresh Sharma.
Yeah.
Word cloud, and say for example, now I want to add B into the stop list. Just right click here and add to stop word. Right click on A and add to stop word. Right click on off and add to stop words. And
No,
then click on B.
I'm asking for the entire list. Can I import that entire list, like the one that you've shared?
Yes, yes, yes. You can do that.
How do
I have shared a list with you.
Yes.
Simply click on edit stop word list. Right. If you wanted to, if you are selecting this new stop word list, or maybe you are trying to import a list, this one.
Yes.
Click here and stop word CN complete, which file I have shared with you.
Yes.
Click on OK, and this stop word list complete stop word list is here.
Yeah. Right, sir. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you.
Right. Any further question?
So in case there are so many stop words, so what's an option to go? Because एक एक करके करेंगे तो बहुत time लगेगा.
Import this stop word list, which I have already shared with all of you, which is an effort of a lot of hard work. Right?
Obviously.
Import this list first, and then if you find still if there are some words which need to be added as a stop word list, then you can individually or separately do that.
Further questions, please? We're well on time today.
Yes.
As compared to our previous workshops, usually. Okay. So thank you so much, sir. I think all the questions have been well answered, and it was a very good session as usual.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow, not tomorrow, rather next week, with sentimental analysis, right?
Yes.
We have a session on sentimental analysis and SLR and research gap in the coming week.
Next Saturday I'll be having session, and probably Sunday I'll not be having session.
Correct. Sunday, I think I have a session. So.
Okay. Because I'll be traveling on that day.
Yeah.
Shalini,
The
ma'am,
next two sessions will be from 6 to 8 in the evening, right? It
Correct,
won't be in. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
We try our level best not to shift the schedule, but at times, we are also.
I know,
not,
I know, ma'am.
It becomes difficult for
I
us.
had to miss half the session in the morning because I had my own class scheduled at from 12 to 2. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Shalini, ma'am, there's another request from my side also. Like if unfortunately, like because of the unavailability of the resource persons, if let us suppose one of the sessions is getting rescheduled, kindly reschedule it to a fresh day, ma'am, instead of like clubbing it in one day like it has happened today. We are really very, very interested in this workshop. And when it happens for 4 hours, ma'am, like sometimes the mind says,
Yes, ma'am, I agree because on Sunday we have a lot of piled work of home. Yeah.
I know. Same goes with me as well.
All of us are facing the same challenge. Because I also wanted to attend the yesterday's session. But however, I need to spare about 4 hours for the same.
He also requested me to stay before yesterday that he had some important meeting which will extend up to 7:30.
Yes, you have requested me, but unfortunately I was not available at half of the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they could not have faced this challenge.
Okay. So we'll try our level best not to reschedule 4 hours at least in one day. We can rather add one more day. That will be better. So we'll do that.
Yes, ma'am. And even like clubbing up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 consecutive days also sometimes becomes little challenging because it will really be helpful. Maybe in this group, ma'am, there are many who are actually very senior researchers. So, and it sometimes becomes challenging for new persons like me, where we really require a lot of time to actually get familiar with the software. So maybe 2 days actually is a good amount of dosage for beginners like us, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Point taken, ma'am.
All the points are well taken, and our sincere apologies for doing that, because we are facing several challenges. I'm facing several challenges at my personal level. That is why, like by first week of August, you will be come to know what are these challenges and everything. Then I'll be able to share it with everyone.
Yes.
Right? Those are the challenges with my personal level, and I'm really sorry for that. My sincere apologies for that.
But that's for a good cause. That's no worries. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kaurav. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.